Yeah, I wasn't actually planning on making this video today, ladies and gentlemen. You know, if you watched my previous video, I said I was probably going to ignore a certain topic for a couple of days because of what I was seeing with big channels, Candace Owens, Michael Knowles, and if YouTube is going after those channels, surely everybody else is at risk. But the more I think about it, what is the point in being scared of speaking about something? It is my channel. If I want to speak about something, I'm going to do it, you know. So if anything happens to this channel, to this video, so be it. We have this TikTok going viral nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, of this woman who has transitioned into a man, and the context surrounding it all is very strange. You don't normally see videos like this, but they break down in a video because they can't deal with the struggles of being a man in this modern world, the loneliness, emotional isolation, and they go on to mention things like, I now understand why the rate in men taking their lives is so high. It's a very odd video. You don't normally see this. As I said, you normally see people crying for different reasons. So I'm just going to play this clip and I'm going to allow you to watch it, and we'll talk about it more in depth in a second. Take a watch.
Nobody told me how lonely being a man is. I had closer friendships with random women I met in the bathroom before I transitioned at clubs because of how open women are than I've had in my 8 years of transitioning, because women are just so much more vulnerable and deep than men. But to have known, and I think a lot of trans men feel this, is we knew what depth felt like before we transitioned. We knew what it felt like to have people want to hug us and to have people want to talk to us and have a community. And then you transition and you're just a guy walking down the street that people cross the street so that they're not near you. And friendships are so much harder to build. And people are colder. What's hard is none of this invalidates how real and raw women and people who are in marginalized groups feel about cis white men. All of that's valid. But I also now understand why this rate is so much higher in men. Because this is lonely. And I'm an emotionally mature man. I know how to build friendships, and it is still really, really hard. Try to think about how you can, in your small little community where you feel safe, can reach out to the men in your life and just help them feel maybe seen for a moment, or do little conversations to help their emotional maturity so that they can reach out to people and have deeper guy friendships.
Yeah, it's sad to see, right? But it also points out a load of issues. First and foremost, the difficulty in being a man in today's world. You know, society likes to paint this image, this narrative of men having a very easy life, but a load of people would disagree. That's not the case. It's extremely difficult to be a man, and men are becoming more and more lonely, especially younger generations, because today, externally, they're being told to be something, but internally, they disagree with it, so it's causing a load of conflict. Now, I know this isn't a man. That's what loads of people will be saying, right? But this isn't a man, this is a woman. We all understand that, but because society has created this universal law, right, where if somebody identifies as X, they must be treated as X, and because this society has willingly bow down to that law, this person identifying as a male must be treated as a male. Therefore, they must also carry the burden of being a male. And because men and women deal with things very differently emotionally, you know, women are more empathetic, we're wired to deal with the situations differently, like loneliness. And because they're now understanding the reality of being a man, biologically is causing a load of apparent issues. When people are sold the transition, right, they're told in that very moment, it's the greatest thing. Well done. They clap for them. You're doing you. It's the best decision you could ever make. But they don't tell them the long-term experiences, the long-term side effects, society-wise. And not only society-wise, but physically and mentally. It is always, in all cases, short-term happiness for long-term pain. They sell the dream very well. Right, they sell it very well, but they don't tell these people what comes along with being a male in today's world. Once you now identify as a male, the world will treat you as a man, and little do you know, society doesn't care about men and their feelings. You will have to deal with things alone. You won't have the same support network, potentially. People won't reach out to you. And, you know, a load of men can deal with that, with those challenges, like being alone, working through things themselves, etc., etc. But obviously, there is a large group of men, an ever-growing portion of men, who can't, which is why they're taking their lives, right? And I would say it's because they haven't actually been given the right guidance as to how to deal with those issues. And as this person goes on to say, they now understand why the rate in men taking their lives is a lot higher. It's crazy to me though that throughout that video, they still say things like, you know, the hate and fear experienced by marginalized groups to white cis men is still valid. None of what I've said invalidates that. Well, let's just stop using that word cis as well, right? Let's get rid of that one. But did you sit there and think to yourself that maybe that narrative is also causing a load of white men to feel disenfranchised with society telling them they're always bad, you're bad for being the skin color that you are? All these issues liberals created, they're now complaining about them. All of this clearly wasn't told to this person, you know, and because they're a woman, internally they're not getting what they need because of how they now identify. You could help this person as much as you wanted, you could tell them everything, but it still wouldn't help them because of how they are internally, how they're built. They are biologically a woman, and then you could give them female advice, right? But that's not going to help either, because then they'll feel more isolated. It's a sad state of reality they're in. It's a sad state they're in. They're caught in limbo now. Now, I also understand, you know, the reaction to this in a lot of videos is people are saying, oh, well, women go through this more, and oh, men go through this more. And I don't really want that to be the reaction on this video. All we're doing is pointing out the issues that men obviously go through, and then what comes with women then transitioning into a male, the issues they then experience because of that. And them being sold something that obviously isn't as great as they're being told, right? They're being sold the dream. And clearly in this person's case, it's turning out to be a nightmare. How about we actually start helping people in the very beginning and not just offer quick fixes and offer solutions that are going to help them long term? It's that simple, really, isn't it? But that is the end of the video, ladies and gentlemen. If you have enjoyed today, then please, for me, make sure to leave a like rating. If you're new, hit that subscribe button and turn on bell notifications so you never miss a video. Leave your comments down below on this topic. I know many people have different takes on this, so it's going to be very interesting to see how you guys feel about it. But until next time, it has been your boy JD. Have a great day, stay safe, and I'm out. Peace.